What's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Coach Niche, and welcome back to the Burnout to Bliss series. Today, I want to get into sharing a little bit about my story when it comes to burnout and why I have been so passionate about the work of involving play and just setting boundaries for women, especially corporate entrepreneur women who are dealing with burnout. So, I have had burnout a couple of times in my life when I was a supervisor in foster care, and I didn't realize it back then what it was. It wasn't something that was really spoken about much of burnout. Usually, depression, anxiety, those were terms that we heard a lot more back in 2015, 2016. And because I didn't know what I was going through, I just felt very exhausted most of the time. I felt very irritable. I was sleeping, but not really feeling rested. And it actually turned into depression for me. And it was a trying time because I didn't understand what was going on with me. I'm relatively pretty upbeat, in a good mood, but I had a lot of stressors going on. I was in a very toxic relationship. I was in a job that no longer fulfilled me, and I didn't know my way out. I wasn't sure of my next steps, and I isolated. I kept a lot inside. So when burnout came in my life again, which was around 2022, 2023, leaving a corporate job to have full time entrepreneurship, I was a little bit better at understanding what was happening to me, but I wasn't a pro, right? I didn't have a therapist, I didn't have anyone supporting me, helping me, and my go to is to isolate. And that is a symptom of burnout, is wanting to just be by yourself. I also stopped talking to a lot of people in my circle. And so dissociating yourself from a lot of things that you enjoy is a symptom of burnout. So in this video, I just want to share with you my story and see if any of this resonates with you, these symptoms that you may or may not be aware of. And during this isolation time, I did a lot of self exploration. I was doing a lot of journaling, meditating, and sometimes it helped. And other times, screaming to a pillow and punching a pillow was what I needed to release the pain, the anguish, the hurt, the shame, and the guilt of leaving my corporate job to be a full time entrepreneur with not even knowing how to be an entrepreneur really, for to be able to sustain and to live off of that. And I don't know if anyone's ever made that leap, but it is terrifying. And to isolate myself and to not really share what's going on, it wasn't the best, but it is my go to. And so recently, which was, we're in 2024, so end of 2023, I was having this push and pull relationship with my business, and it was leading me to this burnout again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again with this. But this time I started sharing. I started telling people, like, hey, I'm going through a really tough time right now, and I need a little bit more support. And I started building up a tribe, and people were checking in on me. It is extremely vulnerable to share that you are not the best version of yourself right now. But it is also courageous to tell the people in your circle, this is what I'm going through. My business isn't working out how I expected it to. And not that you may necessarily need help, but I just need someone to listen. And you might get suggestions like I did on things that people did. I actually had someone tell me to take a pause in my business, and I was so abrasive at that thought. Like, why would I do that? This is what I need to make money right now, right? This is what I need to survive. And it took me some time to really decide to just sit down for a little bit in the fall of 2023 in my business. And honestly, it was needed because I was resenting myself, I was resenting my business, I was resenting anyone who would give me advice about my business. And that time away, I actually took a solo trip, and it allowed me to just get clarity and find out that I can't do this business by myself. I need help. And as women, we do so much by ourselves. And sometimes it's tough asking for help, especially when you don't know, maybe you don't even know what that help looks like. And so 2024, I became real clear that I wanted people around me who could support my needs and set boundaries and even get help within the house, hiring a cleaning person. So I'm not taking on all this stress because you have to have your daily adult responsibilities too, while being a corporate person or building a business, they're both go hand in hand with the life's responsibilities, and it is a lot. And so within that, what I started doing as well was dancing more, moving, releasing, shaking, screaming. All these things were more helpful instead of only doing my spiritual practices of meditating and doing hypnosis. So for me, that play was a little bit more helpful because everything in my life was so serious already. And if you are a person who is a go getter, I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of life goals out there. But your personal goals, the you goals, the making sure that I am good goals matter so much more first. So I hope that me sharing this story is just a little bit more insight as to why I am talking about burnout and why I am hosting retreats. I have a self love retreat, a cosmic playground, which is for corporate women who are experiencing burnout. And if you are an entrepreneur and you're experiencing burnout, please still feel free to hit me up because I come from both worlds. And this retreat is just for those women who are experiencing burnout and want to deal with it in a more playful, loving manner, no shame, no guilt, and be able to play games, open mic nights, talent shows. Find different ways to explore your body and to build a better relationship and to foster community. That's what I'm about. So if this is anything that has resonated with you and you're interested in hearing more about the retreats, please click the link in my bio and you can fill out an application. You can have a call with me and we can see where you are. The retreat is October 14th to the 17th in Douglasville, Georgia, and we're here to have a good time. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Please drop the comments, share this with a friend who you know is going through a tough time. Love you guys.